Welcome, Mozhdah. You can sit right here. Welcome to our live stream viewers who are maybe looking at the back of my head. I don't know. Looks like a six-pack of hot dogs. It's okay. It's good. Some people enjoy it. Next person I'm going to... If you watched any television, fashion television in the last... well, quite some time. Let's not date you at all. If you watched fashion television, you know her. Jeanne Beker, everybody. Give her a nice round of applause. Opposite me, exactly. And next up, you guys into tornadoes? Oh, you into adrenaline that doesn't involve drugs? This guy can provide that. Tornado hunter, Greg Johnson. Let's give him a nice round of applause. What were you wiping off your hand, Greg? And finally, we call her Canada's queen in R&B, and we do that for a great reason. Jully Black, everybody. Give her a huge round of applause.
Hey! Make some noise!
Come and sit and hang out. Mwah. All right, live stream is in full effect.
3.5 here.
We're 3.5. Okay, great.
So we can have a nap or something?
You, I don't know how quick your naps are, Greg, but if you take really, really short ones, this is a good time to do it. Yeah, the keeners are already here on the web, that's great. So if you were at home right now, would you be on the web watching this? No? You'd be at school. That's right, of course. That makes sense. You're not going to skip school for Canada Reads? This is where the real learning happens. That may not be true.
That's a slogan right there.
That's a slogan right there. I want a T-shirt that says that. Absolutely. All right, so we have three. I feel like I brought you guys in early. Now we have 3 minutes to just sort of stare at people. Jeanne, you can give a stare to this woman who'd read all 4 of the 5 books and not Forgiveness right behind the camera.
And not Forgiveness.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I forgive her.
I know.
forgive her.
This is it. The book in itself. You see your cousin?
I'm looking for her. Oh, there, hey. Oh, you my cousin up? You're my cousin too, okay. We look exactly alike.
Yeah.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Right?
I wasn't going to say anything. I saw her wave to you, and I was like, maybe.
Maybe, hey.
Maybe. That's always possible. Do you see your real cousin?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. Oh, yeah, we brought her in earlier.
Right now. Yeah.
Now, J.L. Richardson's here, and I think this is a good time to talk about, yes, one person loved J.L. Richardson, the rest of you should join in. J.L. brought her dad and sat him in another section. That was excellent. That was so enthusiastic. That was more clapping for J.L. than it was for Canada Reads. J.L., you're the founder of the Brampton, the Festival of Literary Diversity, is that right? So
really?
If you, I think that bears mentioning.
I need your card. I got a book in my Dropbox.
You guys, you like books, you like literature, you like Brampton? You don't have to like Brampton. You can, of course you can.
You can.
But you don't have to attend and partake in that festival. That festival, what's the date on that, JL? May 3rd to 6th. May 3rd, oh, it's a 3-day fest. I was only invited for 1 day. I thought it was just that 1 day. They don't want me around for the entire thing. That's fine, I understand
These seats
that.
move? Yeah. They do.
Yeah, you can go closer, further.
They move with my dunk on there.
And you know that you have a mark, right? This is where your stomach should be.
Cherie in the good light. Woo! Sorry. That was involuntary.
That couldn't live inside you, eh? That couldn't live inside you. That needed to come out.
It had to come out. It had to come out. It had to.
Okay. You know what? I will say this: once radio listeners are on, that's going to shock them into turning off their radio. So if you want one more out, get it out now. But I don't think we should do that again. No, that's it?
That's it.
Yeah.
When you try to pressure me to do it, it doesn't work.
I'm not pressure you.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Sounded like there was no pressure required.
Allie, you have to make sure you try to get her out of her shell.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We're getting some signs back there.
Thank you, guys. All right.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
What is the one book that all of Canada should read? That's what you're here to find out. 5 celebrated Canadians are sitting around this table. Each of them has a book they believe will open your eyes. And over the next 4 days, your panel will narrow this list of 5 titles down to 1, and that book will be your winner. It's the Great Canadian Book Debate. I'm your host, Ali Hassan. This is Canada Reads.
This is Canada Reads, Canada's annual title fight.
All right, well, hello and welcome. It's the 17th edition of Canada Reads, and each year the mission is the same. Find the one book that all of Canada should read. I'm sitting at the Canada Reads table with this year's panelists. They are all passionate readers, and they are here to fight to the finish. So let's meet them now. All right, I'm gonna go clockwise around the table. On my left is your first panelist. If you watch any sci-fi on television, you should recognize him.
You've been on several popular sci-fi shows. Are you a big fan of the genre?
Love it. I'm a huge fan. Always have been, ever since I was a little kid.
I'm not a traitor. I love my people. I love this ship.
He's a chiseled jaw space martial artist.
From the best rapping cast in all of the 12 colonies, Tahmoh, Penikett as Hilo!
He starred in the shows Dollhouse, Supernatural, and Battlestar Galactica. Please welcome actor Tahmoh Penikett.
Thank you, thank you.
How are you, Tahmoh?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Your father, Tony, was the premier of Yukon, and politicians know a thing or two about debating. Did you get any advice from your dad?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I've watched him over the years, and when he would do public speaking, when he would debate. I am not my father's son, though. I wish I had some of his traits, but I'm going to do the best I can here.
Does your father know that you're not his son? Is this all coming out for the first
I
time?
haven't let him know yet.
Okay,
I
this is
haven't
one
let
way
him
to
know
do
yet.
it.
We're gonna break that. I'm gonna break that to him after the show.
Which book are you defending?
I'm defending American War.
All right. Thank you, Tahmoh. The next panelist is a multi-talented star who has performed everywhere, from Afghanistan to the White House.
And Miss Mozhdah Jamalzadah is also going to be here performing a song in the program, so we want to thank her.
That's the first ever performance by an Afghan artist at the White House.
Vancouver, home but not home for Mozhdah Jamalzadah, a TV icon in exile.
She has been called the Oprah of Afghanistan. Please welcome singer and television host Mozhdah Jamalzadah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ali.
How are you, Mozhdah?
I'm great. I am just so excited to be here.
Yeah. We keep comparing you or drawing parallels between yourself and Oprah. Why is that?
I think, I believe the Vancouver Sun or Global gave me that title. So
You could get
It
worse.
wasn't me.
You could get worse. It's not a bad one at all.
Oh no, it was such an honor, but don't even come close.
Oprah is a big book lover.
Yes, she is.
Right? Is that
She is my idol.
She's your idol. Is that
So
why
is
you
Jeanne,
agreed?
So
You have a
I'm
lot
sitting
of
next to
idols.
one of them right now. Hmm?
Yeah, you have a lot of idols. You get to sit
And
one
I
by
have
one. You
two.
get to be called another. I'm sure if we went down the list, there would be more. Tell us which book you are defending.
Well, I am defending The Boatpeople by Sharon, Bala.
Thank you, Mozhdah. Now, if you've paid any attention to fashion or television, you probably know your next panelist.
For 25 years as the host of fashion television, Jeanne Beker has been interviewing the world's top designers.
I'm Jeanne Beker. Be here Monday at 9:30 for FTV, fashion television.
People see it and they think it's so glamorous, and I mean, it is-ish sometimes, but it definitely has its dark side.
She's a fashion legend with a star on Canada's Walk of Fame right across from me right now. Please welcome Jeanne Beker.
Thank you.
How are you, Jeanne?
I'm scared silly.
Is that right? Well, thank you for the honesty.
Well, that's all you're going to get from me.
That's it. It ends
yeah,
here?
that's it.
Well, let me one more thing. Let me get one more thing out of you. You've been a judge on Canada's Next Top Model. I mean, Is that experience going to help you?
I don't think it comes close. No, I don't think it comes close. Yeah, that was a heady experience in its own way, but you know, this is the real meat and potatoes. I'm really looking forward to this with trepidation, but I'm exhilarated by it.
Good to know. Tell me about the book that you're defending.
Well, I'll tell you a lot more about it later, but it's Mark Sakamoto's Forgiveness.
All right. Thank you, Jeannie. All right, your next panelist has one wild job.
All of a sudden, the tornado makes a hard right turn right towards us.
Huge! Keep going! Debris!
Look at the horizontal vortice! It's coming down!
It's on the ground!
Tornado on the ground!
It's on the ground!
Although a lot of people think that it's crazy, I'm actually somewhat sane.
He's a photographer and professional storm chaser. Please welcome tornado hunter Greg Johnson.
That's my cheering audience back there.
Some hoots from the studio audience for you. How are you, Greg?
Couldn't be happier. This is literally a thrill of a life. Literally a thrill of a lifetime.
That's good for a guy who chases tornadoes.
Yeah.
This is still a thrill. Chasing storms, defending books, is one of them scarier?
Definitely this is much scarier. The nerves are definitely, the stomach is going much more than it is. I'm very comfortable in front of a storm, not here.
Maybe we can bring in a storm into the studio. We'll see how we can make you more comfortable throughout the week. Tell us which book you're defending.
Well, I'm actually defending the very easily defensible Precious Cargo by Craig Davidson.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Final panelist is on my right. Chances are her voice is one you have heard before.
She has written for Nas and Destiny's Child and performed with Elton John and Jay-Z.
Queen of R&B and two-time Juno Award winner.
She's Canada's queen.
R&B singer, actress, songwriter, and all-around amazing role model, Jully
She's been called Canada's Queen of R&B. Please welcome singer-songwriter Jully Black.
Hi. Hello.
How are you doing, Jully?
I'm amazing.
That's great. That's
Yes.
That's a good positive attitude.
Yeah.
I like that. You're no stranger to the stage at all. Does the Canada Read stage make you nervous?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Shots of Pepto, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the
Shots
rocks.
of Pepto.
On the
Before
rocks.
we started recording, you let out a high-pitched...
I sure did.
Something,
Sure did. I
you're
feel good, though.
trained to do. It sounded good.
Feels good. Feels
Tell
good.
us about the book you're defending.
Oh, my goodness. The Marrow, Thieves by Cherie, Dimaline.
Thank you, Jully.
That's it.
Those are your contenders for this year's Battle of the Books. I'm your host, Ali Hassan. This is Canada Reads on CBC Radio 1 and Sirius XM. All right, enough with the formalities. Let's dispense with those. Time to get out your boxing gloves. We're going to kick things off with each of you making your opening argument. You'll have 60 seconds, and when your time is up, I will ring the mighty Canada Reads bell. All right? It's got bark. It doesn't have bark or bite. It'll be a thing. We're gonna go clockwise around the table, one at a time. Tahmoh, you are on my left. You will be first. We'll end with Jully, who's sitting on my right. Let's do this. Okay. Tahmoh, you're championing the novel American War by Omar El Akkad. Here's the trailer.
The American South, 2074. Oil outlawed. Louisiana underwater. Scorching heat and meager rations are all the future holds for those too proud or too poor to defect. A child born on the banks of the Mississippi Sea, Surratt's life would be defined by drought, drones, and war's simple slogan. If it had been you, you'd have done no different.
All right, Tahmoh, 60 seconds are on the clock. Why should American War win Canada Reads?
We are facing a crisis. Humans are losing their humanity. America is now more divided than it's been since the Vietnam War, and the future looks far from promising. America today is a country where what little is left of democracy is rapidly eroding. Intelligent, democratic discourse and empathy is disappearing. Why? Because America has failed to reconcile with its past, the slavery of black people and the attempted extermination of Native Americans. It cannot move forward as a nation until there is reconciliation, until the truth has been acknowledged and amended. All of these books are good in their own right, yet only American War is talking about an issue that doesn't just affect one nation or continent, but all of humanity. That is our apathy to the pain and suffering of others. Far from our relatively privileged experiences and even more pressing on our very own soil, could surely be the start of our demise if we continue to ignore it. Humanity is facing a crisis, the loss of empathy. American War is the book to open your eyes to this threat to our very survival.
All right. Thank you, Tahmoh. All right, it's your turn. Mozhdah, you're defending Sharon Bala's novel, The Boatpeople. Here is the trailer.
Mahindan and his young son Selian arrive in Vancouver, ready to leave a life plagued by violence, to build a brighter future in Canada. They came as refugees, but are detained as possible terrorists, newcomers in a strange land. The boat people may not be as welcome as they'd hoped.
Mozhdah, 60 seconds are on the clock. Why should the boat people win Canada Reads?
At this moment, and for the past few years, we've all been witness to the worst refugee crisis in history. We are reminded of this on the news almost on a daily basis, presented with numbers and statistics. Over 75 million either refugees, internally displaced, or seeking asylum. But do we ever think of each one as an individual with their own struggles and their own stories? As a refugee myself, watching firsthand what my parents went through to get us to safety here in Canada, leaving all they've ever known and loved, seeing their desperation, not knowing if we would survive to see another day, I connected with this book instantly. The Boat People gives the refugee crisis a human face. It's about humanity and understanding, about opening your doors to another human being who has lost their home, loved ones, and everything they've ever known due to war and circumstances out of their control. It makes us see others differently and even understand ourselves a little better. All of these stories are remarkable, but I strongly believe the Boat People should win because it's the most relevant.
The power of the bell. We must defer to the bell. Thank you, Mozhdah. Up next is you, Jeanne. You're championing Mark Sakamoto's memoir, Forgiveness, A Gift from My Grandparents. Here's the trailer.
You can have. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, our west coast became a potential combat zone. Military authorities have determined all aliens and citizens of Japanese descent must be relocated.
Her, a victim of internment, with only a shack to call home. Him, a prisoner of war, captured by the Japanese in Hong Kong. Decades later, they share a grandson. A man who says life taught his grandparents a lesson they passed on to him. Forgiveness.
Jeanne Beker, 60 seconds are on the clock. Why should Forgiveness win Canada Reads?
Those of us lucky enough to have heard our family's survival stories firsthand share a window onto a world of unspeakable loss and profound pain. It's these tales of toughness and tenacity that light our paths and often define who we are. It's our responsibility to keep that window open so that we can be reminded of the fearlessness it takes to survive and how shattered lives can be rebuilt. Courage is paramount, but forgiveness is key. As a child of immigrants, I was taught Canada was the promised land, brimming over with justice and generosity. I've since learned that this country's had its share of darkness. Forgiveness sheds light on a shameful chapter in our history, but it also shows us that healing is possible with tolerance and compassion. The message for Canadians is a timely one. Forgive in order to move forward, but never, ever forget.
Thank you, Jeannie. A second to spare. All right, Greg, it is your turn. You're advocating for Craig Davidson's memoir, Precious Cargo, My Year Driving the Kids on School Bus 3077. Here's the trailer.
Craig Davidson was broke, a class clown turned writer, racking up rejection letters. Then came a flyer in his mailbox. Immediate openings for school bus drivers. No experience necessary.
This is the roll call line. Please leave your name and route number. Thank you and have a great day.
Seemed simple enough, but the special needs kids on board bus 3077 would change Craig's life forever, making him something he thought he was already. A grown.
60 seconds belong to you, Greg. Why should Precious Cargo win Canada Reads?
Well, I've heard that everyone should have to wait tables at least once in their life just to understand what waitresses and waiters go through. Well, I think after reading Precious Cargo that everyone should have to drive a school bus for a year. You know, the theme this year is one book to open your eyes, and on a personal level, it's opened my eyes, and I think it probably did for all the rest of the readers as well. It's an easy read, it's relevant, and it tackles really tough subject matter with grace and dignity and even a little bit of humor. I'm a parent to 4 kids, and growing up, I didn't have much interaction with or understanding of kids with special needs. But as a parent, it was probably one of my greatest fears that my kids would have challenges. Craig takes the reader on a journey, his journey of understanding that these kids are no better or worse or different. It's about the fact that they have, all kids have challenges and all kids have insecurities. The real story, though, with Precious Cargo is Craig's journey of understanding.
That is time. All right. Thank you, Greg. Jully, you're up. Last but not least, you're defending the young adult novel, The Marrow, Thieves by Cherie. Dimaline.
Yes.
Let's hear the trailer.
Frenchie Machibahewe.
Frenchie is on the run. His fellow fugitives are his only family now. Together they fight for survival. Fleeing a world where indigenous people are hunted. Wanted for their bone marrow and the promise it holds. The promise of dreams.
Jully Black, I'm giving you 60 seconds. Why should The Marrow Thieves win Canada Reads?
All right, one book to open your eyes, The Marrow Thieves. Cherie Dimaline uses indigenous futurism to rewrite the past and reimagine the future. Bottom line, this is a book about hope. Sacrifice, survival, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, healing, and chosen families. You see, we have relatives and we have families. I learned that from this book. The sacrifice, knowing that you could give your life as a brother for your own brother. I'm a twin and my brother passed away. So I related right away that he gave his life for me. This is the youth voice. And I think what's happening in the world, we recognize that the youth voice, the voice of the young people have power. And being Canadian, we need to know the stories of Indigenous people and that the lineage that was passed down through the families, we're only gonna know what happened through the youth. Canadian youth, Indigenous youth can create a bridge and actually teach Canada what's happening. This is the one book to open Canada's eyes. Lots of stories in these other books, but we are all from different places, many of us. But I think it's important that we understand what happened here first.
It's time. Thank you, Jully. All right. These are the titles in the running for Canada Reads 2018. The novel American War by Omar Akkad, defended by Tahmoh Penikett. Sharon Bala's novel The Boatpeople, defended by Mozhdah Jamalzadah. The memoir Forgiveness by Mark Sakamoto, defended by Jeanne Beker. Craig Davidson's memoir Precious Cargo, championed by Greg Johnson. And the YA novel The Marrow Thieves by Cherie Dimaline, defended by Jully Black. One of these books will be eliminated today. Panelists, we just heard your opening arguments. I'm sure some of you were biting your tongues. Not to worry, this is the time to hear what you really all think. It is time to debate. It's going to be fast and furious. I'm your host, Ali Hassan. This is Canada Reads on CBC Radio 1 and Sirius XM. Let's debate.
Great.
For this round, we're going to start with the novel The Boatpeople. Now, The Boatpeople, in her opening argument, Mozhdah said, The Boatpeople is about humanity and understanding what makes us see others differently. Jully, do you agree with that?
Do I agree that it's about humanity and what makes us...
And making us see others differently.
I would say it's important to make us see each other as the same rather than differently. That's that.
Okay. Jeannie, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do definitely think that this book puts a very human face on the whole issue of immigration, both from the point of view of the immigrant experience itself and the people either fighting, against immigration or fighting for immigration. I love the fact that it's a multi-tiered, multifaceted prism that this book presents. So yeah, I think it does. That being said, there are some dissatisfying things about it for me, and we'll get into them later.
Well, you can feel free to go into detail on that now if you like. This is your moment.
Okay. Should this be a spoiler alert? No, but I hated the way it ended.
Me
That's
too.
all I'm saying.
I hated
That's
the way
all
it
I'm
ended.
saying.
Okay.
I mean, one more paragraph, right? One more paragraph.
All right. Well, you didn't actually spoil it, but you made your feelings clear. Tahmoh, what are your feelings on this? Is this book, is The Boatpeople, about humanity and understanding, making us see each other differently?
Well, I think the book is very much about humanity and making. I mean, I think the wonderful thing that Sharon does in this book is that she shows it from three different perspectives. You have a third-generation Japanese Canadian who's the adjudicator who has to decide the fate of these refugees. You have Mahindan, who's the actual refugee, him and his son, and then you have Priya, who's a second-generation Tamil refugee. A child of Tamil refugees herself.
Who plays the lawyer.
And really doesn't have a lot of connection to her past and her culture, and is sort of forced into it because of this. There's many, many things I liked about this book, many things. Namely that I think looking at it from those three different perspectives, regardless of the readers who are reading this book, it's going to come in and appeal to different readers in that aspect. It's going to evoke something in them.
That kind of gave me the dropsies.
Gave you the dropsies?
What are the dropsies? Tell me what the dropsies are, Jully.
There's a lot of stories going on. Just a lot of stories.
It's too much for you?
Dream sequence, not dream sequence.
And it made you want to drop out?
It made me want to sleep.
Okay.
Ah,
wow.
Okay, that I must remember that you're saying that about this book because I want to say something about your book later, but that's okay.
I mean, Mozhdah can defend herself as well, Jeannie. It's nice that
It looks like Jeannie's defending another book. What book you defending?
Greg, tell me this. Greg, you came in and you said
Wrong book,
thing.
JB.
You said one thing, which was that you didn't like the ending, but can you tell me a little bit
Listen,
more?
I didn't like the ending, but I really enjoyed the read. Unlike Jully, I enjoyed Boatpeople. The characters were I thought, really well developed. But I really wanted our two main characters to reconnect at the end of the book.
I have something for
And
that.
how about
God.
Mama? How about
Have
a little
something.
more mummy in the dreams? A little
Okay,
more mummy in the dreams.
let's end on Mozhdah. You have some stuff to defend
When Jully said the same, my point is after reading this book, you see people in a different light. And when it comes to the ending, I knew that was going to be an issue. And, I had this talk with Sharon. And because that was also my thing, I was like, the end. Because there are readers that want to know exactly what happens. And then there are readers who, but there are seeing it,
Greg is raising his hand
readers,
politely.
Who actually, want to kind of create something. And with Sharon Bala, I think her intentions were that the reader gets to decide what happens in the end, and she kind of left it open for that. I hope I didn't really. I hope I didn't.
No, I mean, I think there
create
will.
your own story. Those books.
Because
that we used
it
to-
could go in so many ways, depending on like the government and depending on which adjudicator you end up with, depending on your luck, basically. So it's kind of, you know, for everybody it's different, and there's so many different scenarios that can come out.
And I will say that if it helps bolster your argument, you know, feel free to spoil it. And I would never say that, but that's, I mean, you're not going to lose a debate just because you don't want to spoil something. I think we got some good
I like
stuff
that I got
on.
to
Yeah, you got that. All right.
That's
Well,
nice.
that is it for this round.
Awesome. You're trying to come from me, JB. Don't be coming from me.
All right. Let's turn to another novel. On the War of the JBs has begun. Before we get into that, let's turn to another novel on the table for our next question: American War. The title says it all. It's a novel about war in America. Now, in your opening argument, Tahmoh, you said that only American War is talking about an issue that faces all of humanity, the loss of empathy. Now, was it effective in doing that? Greg, I'm going to ask you first.
I'm going to say right off the bat, yes, it was an amazing book, and I loved it. It was one of the books that I definitely couldn't put down. But I just don't see the theme of Canada Reads this year in that book. I just don't see it. Like one book
That
to open.
theme is one
book to open your eyes. Well, here's the thing: is that I mean, was it a great book? Sure. Was it well written? Omar is amazing. Is it going to be a movie someday? Absolutely. It may even be in production now. Who knows? But so was Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome. Okay. So was Dune. So was The Matrix. They're all good movies and they're all great stories, but I just don't see the connection in American War to, you know, the theme of one book to open our eyes. Listen, this idea of it being a dark story. I mean, I think we can all agree, right? This is pretty dark. I don't want my kids necessarily to have that worldview. I don't have that worldview. I don't think the world is as dark as what this book portrays. And
Okay, Tahmoh, I want you to. I think we'll give you a second.
The world is a beautiful and it's a terrible thing. Always. I think we can all attest to that. There is beauty in the world, and then there's a lot of horror. And there's a responsibility to speak on that.
Sure.
There is an absolute responsibility to speak on that. And I would like to think that the CBC gave some import, some urgency. There's some gravitas to one book to open your eyes. If it's one book to open your eyes to make us laugh, we're going to laugh this year. It's one book to make us happy. Then maybe this isn't the book. I believe that this book, the book to open your eyes, is, again, we are living in pressing times.
Yeah, if there's ever a time we need to have some humor
But do you
and
think
laugh.
we need
And
a
I absolutely
book?
agree.
Do you think we need that book, that dark book, to open our eyes? Don't you think you just have to turn on CNN and your eyes are open? I mean, if you can.
I think
Or
that's part of
CBC
the,
News.
That's
Or
the whole
CBC
point.
News, yeah.
That is the actual.
No, they
that
need
is
to have some
that is
levity.
Omar's point to this book, is that we are becoming. You can turn on the news. What do? We turn on the news. We see conflict. We see terror. We see violence, we see immigrants, we see people struggling in different parts of the planet. We don't see it here, and what happens as a result is we turn off to it. We're becoming inundated with this stuff so much that we are losing our empathy. That is a fact. That is a fact. This book isn't all dark.
But you didn't mention the black people, though. You said black people. I was wondering if this is about black people. I'm supposed to guess that it's about black people.
Omar spoke on that. When I spoke to him briefly, he mentioned that oftentimes, specifically in America, when a character is and it's not done enough, he goes, more times than not, you're reading a book about a white guy. He goes, there's not enough books about minorities. He goes, for instance, Surratt, she's a black lesbian. Does he want to speak up? Well, you can discern it from different parts of the book. Okay. She has a relationship with another woman. It's the only person she loves.
Well, we know she's black, though.
Well, she's half.
How do we know that?
We see it in the beginning of the book. There's clear reference to it.
Okay, how do I go back and check?
Mozhdah, can I turn to you at this point?
Real quickly, can I finish that point?
Finish your thought.
The whole point is, there was a time and a place to speak on those issues, but he goes, there's an expectation that oftentimes in these books you have to speak specifically about race. So she's got to speak in this book specifically about race and her sexuality. It wasn't about that. Omar's book and what this character is speaking about is about politics, about home, about love, and about acceptance.
I will say one thing though. If you could, quickly, if he would have mentioned a little bit more about the black people, I think it would have opened up to the black community, and we would have wanted to like. I love the book. It
Julie,
read like a movie. But black people need to know
Mozhdah.
about politics. Not enough are into it,
Julie,
and this book could have done that for us.
I need to wrap with
Keeping it
Mozhdah.
real.
Let's give you the last 30 seconds here.
I did like this. There were some parts of it that I loved, and there were, reasons that, I mean, it is very dark. It's very difficult to read, but so are some of the other books. But I think, like, it's really incredible how he's shifted everything, because right now, all the struggles that you see, just like Tahmoh mentioned, that, because it is far away from us, not so much from me, because I am from that region, and I see that all the time, and I feel connected to it. But then here, I do see that, shutting off kind of thing, and it's good that they bring it up, because what's going on in the States, there might be a possibility that something like that could very well happen.
Absolutely.
No.
But the only thing that I mean,
All right,
but
well, we're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it on Greg's no, and hopefully we can come back to that. That is it for this round. All right, let's start with, let's continue with your book, Jully, The Marrow Thieves, right? In your opening argument, Jully said, you keep poking your head around. Don't worry, I'm gonna say the words and then you'll hear them. You don't have to try to read what I'm reading. You're gonna hurt your neck by the end of this. In her opening argument, Jully said The Marrow Thieves is a book about hope and about creating bridges. Was it effective in doing that? Mozhdah, we'll start with you.
I think so, in a way. A lot of what I noticed about The Marrow Thieves is, it is a book about, it is a young adult book. And so what I would have loved is when I was reading about the indigenous people in social studies in high school, what I would have loved is for that to be a mandatory book that would be read by everyone.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We can do it now.
I actually wrote that.
We can do it now.
Really?
Yeah.
We can do it now.
Because you know why? Because
Too late.
it does give the situation, everything that they went through, a human face again. So I would have liked to connect to it better, and I think I would have, as a young adult, I would have connected to it a lot more. So I do think that it should become a mandatory thing, and I think that, but because I already know, at this point in time, I already know the struggles and everything that they've been through. It was good all in all.
What do you think of that, Jully, this issue that your age would affect how you respond to this book?
Zero. I think the spirit has no age. I think that it's important that I love that this show, I got to be on this show because it made me read a book that I wouldn't go to Indigo and pick on my own.
That's true.
And I recognized that, wow, these stories, I had no clue. Blame it on my school, blame it on whomever. So now it's like, okay, what can we do now? Put it in the churches, put it in the schools, put it in the community centers. Let's talk about it on TV, radio.
I would rather have my kids read The Marrow Thieves in school than Shakespeare. Not that Shakespeare's not relevant, but I mean, I think they would get so much more out of this than they would, maybe what we call the classics.
Because we're talking about going back, right? This is a coming to story rather than, okay, we're just legendary. Like, even me, I love Dr. King, but hey, I'm creating history as Jully Black. So what's going on now? You understand what I'm saying? So anyway.
Jeanne Beker, can I have you?
I'm really of a mixed mind about this book. I think it's beautifully written. I think Cherie's imagery is just poignant and powerful, poetic. I think there's a lot of fear in this book, and a lot of bad feelings.
Elaborate on the fear. Elaborate on the fear. I want to elaborate.
On the fear of the run. It's about, if I'm left with one great image at the end of this, it's like the running through the forest, the running away, the escape, the run. Listen, I know about running. My parents are Holocaust survivors. I grew up on tales of running and hiding.
Are you running from or are you running to? There's running from. It's all a mindset.
No,
you can run from or you can run towards.
There was not, for me, as a reader, enough of a relief from the fear. The fear was just overpowering for me. And I worry, I mean, of course, oh God, do our kids in the schools need to know about all this stuff and what happened to our indigenous people and the horrors? Abso-freaking-lutely. There's no, that's like a no-brainer. But there are ways and there are ways, and I just think that there could be a way of misinterpreting this book to some degree. and make the world look like the world is a dark place. The
You
world
need
is a dark place.
You need to have a white canvas on this. What I'm hearing from you is like, okay, Holocaust survivor, which I admire. I mean, I think we don't speak enough about slavery. We don't speak enough about indigenous people. There's a big, broad umbrella about the Holocaust and everything else that's important, but we need Canada to read this book to know about our foundation.
Tahmoh, just before we leave this debate round, can I get you to weigh in on this?
Again, specifically, can you?
Well, Jully had said that it is a book about hope, the Marrow Thieves, and it is about creating bridges. Was it effective in doing that?
I think it's effective in doing a lot of things. I champion a lot of things about this book. A lot of issues in this book are personal to me, specifically. The indigenous issues in particular. I think it fails in a lot of ways, though. One of the things that bothered me in the book, and maybe it's because an adult, maybe I've lost some of my imagination, but just the reality of the central point of the story is that Indigenous people are being harvested for their dreams. It's never quite clear how they're being doing that. They're being liquefied or something. It's been taken out of their bone marrow.
Well,
that premise,
it's fiction, though. I mean,
I get this fiction, but this is the point that takes me out of it. This is the point that takes me out of it. And
as an actor, I'm surprised. You should have an imagination.
Hey, I'm from the sci-fi world. I'm all about it. Trust me, I got love for it.
It's an adult read versus a young adult read.
It is, and maybe that's the point. Maybe we have to categorize it that, and it stands in a category as its own because it is aimed at young adults, maybe not adults. Maybe it loses some of its weight.
I'm 40 years old.
I think the marrow in this book is the metaphor of, you know what, we stole their history for the last 4
That is it for this round. We have to leave it at that, you guys. All right, that is it. All right. You guys can go back to your corners for a bit, lick your wounds, get some ice, whatever it is that you need to do.
Did we do them all already?
We are going to, no, we didn't. We're going to take a break. And we have something special for you. It is some motivation from your authors.
Mozhdah, if you can make the Boatpeople the winner, I will fly you out to St. John's. We will go see some whales, some puffins, some icebergs. We'll get you screeched in, and it'll be better than the time you sang for the Obamas.
If American War was to win Canada Reads, besides my undying gratitude, I would give Tahmoh, I think, the greatest gift that he could possibly receive, which is for me to refrain from talking to him about what happened in season 4 of Battlestar Galactica. I don't know what was going on there, but I have so many questions and even more opinions.
If Jeannie were to win, I don't think I have anything to offer her. Maybe a trip to Milan because, she is a fashion goddess. But in saying that, she's probably been there 30,000 times. I would just offer her a cup of green tea and a hug, I think.
Nice.
I think if Jully pulled this off for the Marrow Thieves, I would want to do, because I really believe that she understands what this story is about and the importance of it, I would want to do something for her in our way. When we honor people, we gift them with beadwork or we give them an honor song, and I would like to do those things from our community for her because she was able to carry our words forward.
Well, Greg, I remember at the end of the school year, I took all the kids out to a Dairy Queen. I assumed we were going to get ice cream, but they ended up all getting hamburgers and fries. If you win, you can get anything on the menu you want.
Those were the voices of the Canada Reads authors, Sharon, Bala, Omar, Akkad, Mark Sakamoto, Cherie, Dimaline, and Craig Davidson. A wide variety of expenditure in that gratitude. You're getting burgers and fries. You're going to St. John's.
I'm getting beat.
Just a hug over here.
I care about.
There's a trip to Milan on the table, and then it got revoked.
That.
You're over
Been there,
it.
done that.
You're getting silence as a favor.
As soon as the camera was off, Omar just got quiet.
Yeah.
He wouldn't look at me and he wouldn't say anything.
Well, that's why. Now you know what he was harboring inside. It was all right, great. Well, we're going to continue. I'm Ali Hassan. This is Canada Reads on CBC Radio 1 and Sirius XM. Let's get back to the debate. All right, let's start with a question about precious cargo. In his opening argument, Greg said that precious cargo takes the reader on a journey of understanding. Was it effective in doing that? Jeannie, I'm going to ask you first.
Without question, this is a very sensitive book, a very precious book, and I thoroughly enjoyed reading it. It's a delightful read, and there's a lot of sensitivity there. I wish that the characters were explored a little bit more. The one character, Jake, I mean, that's fabulous. I mean, you could almost write a whole book about that incredible relationship that Craig had with that character. Some of the others left me wanting more. You know, maybe there'll be a sequel. But I truly wish that we would have gone into their hearts and minds a little bit more. So in that way, it just left me feeling a little empty. And the theme of the book is so important. Absolutely. That being said, I mean, if there is like an adult that isn't aware of the incredible importance of treating one another with sensitivity and compassion, is this book really going to open your eyes to that? I question that.
Greg, you want to respond
to
that?
I would like to respond to that because I think everything you said is on point. And but here's the thing about your very last statement about is there anybody out there? You know what? I would say that if we look around this audience, I'm going to say that almost all of us have the same behavior patterns. We fear what we don't understand. We're worried about, are we going to use the right language? And people do look the other way. They do look past. They do walk around. They give a wide berth to people. And when I talked to Craig last night, I said, Craig, what's the one thing you want people to know about this? He says, don't avoid people with special needs. Right. That's all. They just want to feel, whether they're verbal, whether they're nonverbal, is, you know what? You can go up, you can touch them. You can speak to them. And I think you're right. If we don't know that, how do we not know that already? But that's not how we behave.
Greg,
and that's what I want.
Some other people into the discussion. Tahmoh, was this book effective on bringing a reader on a journey of understanding?
I think it was, you know, in some ways. I found this a lighthearted, funny read. I enjoyed it. Craig is a fantastic writer. He's obviously got a great sense of humor, which he gives you a big history about in the beginning of his book, being the class clown and growing up the way he did. I think Jeanne made some good points. I wanted more from this book, whether it's a sequel or what have you, but it's. I think I would bring it back to the statement again. You know, the theme of this year, one book to open your eyes. It's not the book to open my eyes. I am familiar with people with disabilities. I am familiar with children with disabilities. I think I know it quite well. I don't think this book is the book that carries the import of this year. These are urgent times. We have to be reading a book.
I have to say something.
It is a great read, and I said that right off the bat.
Fantastic read. I have to say something because my sister, MJ, who was supposed to live to 16, lived to 50. She's still alive. She has a condition called arthrogryposis. And who I really identified with in this book is Calvin, especially the father. Because my mother taught my sister that your disability is your ability and made sure she went into regular, into schools where everybody was able. You understand what I'm saying? And I understand that the one part of the book that really resonated with me is that people with challenges, disabilities, feel, love, get horny. Like, things happen in there. No, for real. And it's important.
We got to leave it there.
Okay,
get horny. That's the way to leave it.
Hey.
I mean, that's a bell moment if there ever was. That is it for this round.
It's true, though. You have a crush on you know what I mean? They get horny. They get horny.
We're getting closer to our first vote, and we need to move closer to that quickly. And our first vote also means our first elimination. I know, it does feel like that. Let's talk about the final book on the table, the memoir Forgiveness, all right? So, in her opening argument, Jeanne had said that forgiveness reminds us of the fearlessness that it takes to survive and shows us that healing is possible. Mozhdah, was it effective in doing that?
Yes, I definitely think that, and I am going to be completely honest. I loved every part of this book. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about it.
Sounds like a real battle brewing between you and
The only thing, I know, right?
I'm feeling
Such
like
a debate.
a pact going on.
Wait, I'm not done. But
the butt's here.
But now, with the Japanese-Canadian struggle, I do believe that American War and forgiveness are all in one book, But besides the global warming and stuff, which was great. it was great that it brought that up, because out of all the books, that was brought up in this. But for forgiveness, like, there was a lot of that, Japanese struggle in this book as well. But I just loved, he's such a brilliant writer. Like, I couldn't put the book down. I loved
Tahmoh,
reading
you
it.
wrote some notes, and she did mention American War. Can you want to respond to that?
Well, I mean, right off the bat, I think it's a fantastic book. I think it's a powerful and brave book. I commend Mark for writing this story. I, too, know what it's like to love an alcoholic, someone who's addicted to, a substance, and I know how much of a letdown that can be, and I also know what it's like to lose a loved one to drugs and alcohol. This book affected me in many, many ways. I think forgiveness is very, very important in the process of a nation, for forgiveness, an individual with his mother, and even greater that, when it's alluding to, say, politically, the internment of our Japanese Canadians. But I would say that American War touches on a broader issue, and it encompasses that also. Forgiveness is one piece of what we need to do as this nation. Empathy, and I think that empathy, if the reader, by my book specifically, is forced to feel empathy, if they are forced to question it, or it inspires it in them, it will make them look at the biggest loss of empathy in this country today, which is with Indigenous issues.
I need to let Jeanne respond to those.
Listen, yes, can you, you can see the world in a grain of sand. Yeah, I guess I do believe that. But I believe that this book is so important because it has a message for us as individuals as how do we get through our lives, not even thinking about the big picture. Of course, the big picture will come, but healing ourselves. Forgiveness is an issue in terms of our own interpersonal communications and relationships and how we move forward. We have all been through our own personal hells and our own personal wars. And I believe that the sentiment in this book is all about looking at the world through a particular lens and really focusing in first on your own heart and opening that up before you can really save the world and step back and look at that big picture.
I think everybody is put in a position where they have to either forgive or not forgive. And I think that's what is so important about reading this book, is that it just helps people realize that forgiveness is so powerful, because everyone experiences.
Two short stories, though.
Julie, that is time.
It was like
We have to. We got to get to the vote. That is it for that round.
That went so quickly. Can I go quickly?
It was like two short stories. I was waiting, it's kind of like they needed an arm.
You don't like it, but you made it
we
here.
should extend this another half hour.
The extension? Okay, I will submit that. CBC moves very quickly on these things. I'm sure that'll get approved real quick.
It's going to cut into our land.
Show's almost over. We're about to vote. That is it for today's debate.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, panelists, time to cast your very first vote.
Wow.
In front of you, you have some ballots. You each have one ballot. Jeanne Beker is murdering me with her eyes right now. What you need to do on that ballot, you will see each ballot has 4 books. We assume you will not be voting against your own book, so it's the 4 books that are not yours are listed on your ballot. Mark an X beside the book that you want to eliminate from this competition.
Oh, I got butterflies.
All right, we have a few seconds for that, and Michelle from the Canada Reads team will be here to collect your ballots. This is easier for some of you, harder for others. Tahmoh Penikett has given away his ballot quite quickly. All right. Mozhdah, you have about 3 seconds left to make it. Mozhdah biting her lip as she made that choice. Not an easy one. Which title will be the first to go? Will we say goodbye to the novel American War by Omar Akkad? Will it be Sharon Bala's novel, The Boatpeople? You hope not, Mozhdah, of course. Will it be the memoir Forgiveness by Mark Sakamoto? Or Craig Davidson's memoir Precious Cargo? Or will it be the YA novel The Marrow Thieves by Cherie, Dimaline? All right, as I wait for the ballots to be calculated, we can sit here in this tension. I'm getting a lot of dirty looks from this table, I'll tell you that.
There's 5 ballots. How long does it take them to tabulate them?
I mean,
I think I just closed my eyes and
You want this,
For
you
real,
want
like
this
you
really
could have done
quickly.
it sitting right there.
I'm not good at math. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. You don't know my math.
Oh my gosh.
Greg's head spinning like a tornado right now, one might say. Yeah.
My hair
Yeah,
looks
no,
like I
it's
just
not
got out of a tornado.
We get to this on day 1 very quickly. On day 2, 3, and 4, it's drawn out.
Oh,
we
she's
have some
running back
time
in.
to really debate.
Oh
But
my
as we wait for the ballots are here. The wait is over.
Sign up for it.
Okay, have the ballots in hand. Mozhdah.
Oh, don't go with me
Yeah,
first.
I'm gonna start with you first. You struggled with this. How did you vote?
Oh, that was like the one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do because I loved all the books. I just
Agreed.
But it's just like the one that I couldn't connect with as it was the Marrow Thieves, I think.
The Marrow Thieves.
Sorry, Jully.
We have 1 vote against the Marrow Thieves. Okay, Greg Johnson, how did you vote?
Same thing, very tough, but I'm sorry. I voted for the Boatpeople.
We have 1 vote against the Boatpeople. 1 vote against the Marrow Thieves, 1 vote against the Boatpeople. Tahmoh, Penikett, how did you vote?
Quickly, I want to say it is very hard to be critical of any of these books. They're all good in their own right. They're all powerful. They all have messages. I champion these writers for doing this and making it to this level, and we are promoting literacy at this level and in this country and abroad.
Noted.
That's fantastic. I said I voted against Precious Cargo.
Precious Cargo. All right, we have
Sorry, buddy.
3 votes on the table for 3 different books. The Marrow Thieves, the Boatpeople, and Precious Cargo all have a vote against them. Jeannie Beker, how did you vote?
I voted with great difficulty, and I hope you'll forgive me, but I voted against American War.
Whoa.
1 vote against American War.
Oh my God.
So we got 1 vote for 4
1
of them?
vote for 4 books. So let me explain what's about to happen. This is what it is
We have no
in
more
Jully
time, right?
Black's.
We're done now?
No. Jully Black's hands. This is what's in your hand. Either we have a historical 5-way tie, never happened before, and we'll go to our web audience, or you will give a vote for one of these 4 books, probably not your own, I imagine. So one of the other 3 that are here, and you will take that vote out. So you are going to, this is like a 4-way tie. You're going to break the tie. Jully, we only have very little time. Tell us how you voted.
Loved all 5 books. Boatpeople had to go.
Wow. The Boatpeople has been eliminated from Canada Reads. That is enormous. No matter which book it is, it would have been enormous. This is not what you came here to do. You came here to win, Mozhdah. I know how you're feeling. It's not great. Tell us what else is on your mind right now.
Well, I mean, the thing is that I connected with this book, seeing as how I was a refugee. I saw the struggles, but I could see how, some people wouldn't necessarily relate. Like Tahmoh said, what happens on the other side of the world is kind of...
Okay, that is it for Canada Reads today. We will hear more from you tomorrow. You are not out of the competition, but your book is. I want to say thank you to our panelists, Tahmoh Penikett, Mozhdah Jamalzadah, Jeannie Beker, Greg Johnson, and Jully Black. All 5 of them will be back tomorrow, but there are only 4 books left on the Canada Reads table. We have 3 votes to go. 1 book will be crowned the winner. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ali Hassan. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, read on, Canada. We're going to stop right there. More coming up after the break. There's about 43 more, and then we're off. You guys, it's so good. It's so good what you're doing. Thank you. Coming up next, which book will be voted off? Stay tuned. CBC's Battle of the Books continues after this break. Next up, who will be the winner of Canada Reads? I don't think we determined that today. This is like the weeks, the throws for the whole week? It's every day. You took advantage of this crowd.
You have to wear the same outfit all week?
No, I don't have to wear this. God, my armpits would burn right through this thing. There would be a, no. I have a change of clothing. Are you wearing that all week?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's all right, man.
I love it. I need to join your crew.
That's a good life.
It's
That's
easy.
not bad at
That's a
all.
good life.
Yeah. Come here every day, super insecure about my stomach and how it's like bursting out at the seams. You don't have that. Do you? All right. Thanks for sticking around for the Q&A session. We're taking questions from the studio audience and from those of you in the online chat. If you're on Twitter and you have a question, you can send it to us now using the hashtag Canada Reads. The producers in the control room will send a few of your questions my way. You know, if they're not like racist and stuff like that, I'm sure only the good ones will find their way to me. If you're in the studio audience, we have 2 producers with microphones around. You can raise your hand, and one of them will make their way over to you. Rather than ask a question, that young lady is just leaving. That's one way to do it, I guess.
I'm just wondering how you prepared for today last evening.
Jully, why don't we start with you? You want everybody to answer that one, I guess, huh? Investigative journalism over here. Yeah.
Prayer. I did most of my preparation this morning, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Didn't show?
I went for drinks with the author.
Clapping for drinks
Those are my
for the
people
author.
back there.
It's not, yeah.
I watched a really stupid show on Netflix to take my mind off things, and then I started looking for quotes about forgiveness from some of the world's great thinkers, great spiritual philosophers, and that's how I prepared.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Tips.
Mozhdah.
Well, I was on a plane going back to Vancouver, and then I was on a plane coming to Toronto. I didn't really have much time except for on the plane, and I just kind of went through notes and everything I had from before and gathered my thoughts. And that's it.
Was the question, how did you prepare last night?
Was it last night specifically?
Yeah,
last night.
Yeah.
Oh, probably just reading, going over the book again, going over the other books, looking at my notes. Pretty boring.
Space.
You're an actor. Preparation is key.
Going to the
right?
gym, hitting it, getting my mind off it, listening to some good music, going back to the books.
Back to the gym.
That's right.
All right.
2-3 times.
Thank you. We have another question over here.
I'm sad to see the Boatpeople go so early. I'm curious, how strategic is your voting this early on to everyone that voted?
Yeah.
Strategic?
No, this is strategy.
I don't even know.
No
about
strategy for Jully?
No
No?
strategy. No strategy.
Greg?
Well, I was asked that question about strategy, and if we were to ask the producers right now where they thought my vote was going to go, they're probably a little bit surprised, actually. So I was just listening to the arguments.
So you got convinced in the hour that
Yeah.
we were here. Okay,
Yeah.
Jeannie.
And I feel terrible about it. I mean, I know we all feel terrible,
Yeah.
but it is a sense of loss because they're all amazing. You can't. I mean, we're nitpicking, right? Like you're taking the cream off the top and you're trying to nitpick it. So
We have to think there's like hundreds of other authors that did not make it to this show. Like these 5 authors are winners.
But I know how it worked
good point.
because these 2 did not like the ending. And I
me?
feel like
I didn't say anything about the ending.
No, she hated the ending.
Okay, so it was you. Okay, sorry. Made a mistake. It was actually
Get it out now.
You
so there's
still in the
no-
vote. You still in the vote. So take that bias off your head, girl.
As brilliant as all the books are, and they're all, brilliant in their own way and beautifully written, I have to keep bringing myself back to that one book that I think everybody in this country ought to read or could read or would enjoy reading.
True.
I have to think, what kind of direction do I want to give everybody from coast to coast? And that's the only way I can be true to myself. So I can't think strategy, schmategy. I didn't understand how we would do strategy.
Right.
Let me just say too that if since Jully and I ended up voting for Boatpeople, if they would have revealed hers first and I would have been the one sitting here, I might have just left the stage. Okay?
I know,
Okay,
right?
I don't know why they
the
put
bad
you
guy.
in that. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You a strategist, Tahmoh?
Yeah, I didn't think about strategy coming in here in terms of which one to vote off or what have you, but I can't help but think that that's going to play into all of our minds somewhat now. I mean, we're trying to win. We're trying to. Those of us who are left with our books.
The question.
Well,
it does come to play sometimes.
We read all the books. I'm just to be honest.
I'll be thinking about it. I'll be thinking about it a bit.
I definitely had 2 books at the top. I had 2 books that I was less impressed with. But beyond that,
And it's just the energy now.
Yeah,
It's what happens. Yeah.
I'm going to take another question from online. This is from LC on YouTube, watching from Pennsylvania.
Hey, girl.
Interesting. Or boy, we're not sure.
boy.
LC, yeah.
True.
In Forgiveness, Sakamoto highlights how the characters. You guys aren't going to correct the spelling mistakes before giving this to me? In Forgiveness, Mark Sakamoto highlights how the characters are living in 2 worlds before and after their internment. For the panel, what is the living in 2 worlds experience in your book? The 2 worlds, Jully. That Frenchie or any of the characters live in your book.
Living in 2 worlds. Oh, I would say like being on the run, but also having finding laughter and falling in love at the same. Like that's 2 different worlds. That's a total
there's
mindset.
the major goal, and then there's the specific day-to-day.
So yeah, the day-to-day. Like you could fall in love even on the run. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in Precious Cargo, Craig, who the author, he's the main character, and he's living in 2 worlds because when he gets on that bus and he's driving these special needs kids, his world is different there than it is when he's at home or when he's with his girlfriend or actually in the book he didn't yet have a girlfriend, so he's looking for love and that sort of thing. So he's got this one side of his life that's I'm gonna say regular world, and the rest is on the bus. He's got the bus world and is off the bus world.
Jeannie,
Well, it's about my book, right? The question.
Yeah.
So what are the 2 worlds?
Yeah,
that
I
we're
mean-
living in terms of before the internment and after it? And you're.
I mean, I guess so. I feel like Mark was living in 2 worlds. It's a memoir about Mark. I felt like he had 2 different worlds that he had to negotiate. I think there's multiple. That question
Yeah, I mean,
is.
I think everybody lives in 2 worlds. I think you're living in 2 worlds, especially those going through a war or going through, any kind of personal hell. If you can't, the minute you succumb totally to that reality, it means you've lost hope. So you can't ever, really move forward. I think there really is a lot to be said about trying to keep, one's heart and mind occupied, in another place. When I think of Mitsue, the gorgeous grandmother of Mark, and how her world just, went from this idyllic, place that she was happy and she was in love and she was like getting married and she was working at a little dress shop and life was just, and she was with her community, most importantly, community. And then to have that totally busted up, totally, just because Mackenzie King, decided that, the Japanese were going to be interned. I think so those are the two separate worlds. And then she has to go live in a chicken coop and be torn away from her community. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mozhdah, that's a very loaded question for you because there's 3 characters telling the story. All have probably some of them even more than 2 worlds that they live in and that they negotiate. So you can answer that however you like.
Yeah, I mean, with Mahindan, he had this perfectly beautiful life back home, and then all of a sudden he loses everything and he risks his life and all of a sudden walks into darkness and the unknown and not knowing what the future holds. With Priya, I loved her character because she was a second generation. She was trying so hard to distance herself from where she came from. And then eventually, just by being around that, she got back into it. And you can never escape that side of you.
Sounds like the mob.
And Grace.
They always pull you back in.
Always pull you back.
Yeah.
And then Grace, of course, third generation. I loved how Sharon had put that in there, like first generation, second generation, third generation. They're all they all have their struggles in the 2 different lives. And I think Grace to me seemed like she had more than 2, like you said. It was just, the part of the adjudicator, the part of the family and, kids and just, having that political friend and mentor and stuff like that. There was just so much going on with her. And to really be put in that kind of person's shoes, I've never had to place myself in an adjudicator's shoes to make decisions. And then all of the worlds that she's in affects her decision making in the end. So it's really interesting to see that.
Tahmoh, how does that apply to Sarat? Is there living in 2 worlds that is obvious there?
Yeah, well, it does. When you meet her, she's a child. She's an innocent child. She has a home. She has a brother, a sister, a mother, a father. And, there's conflict but she has a home. She is an innocent child. And then as the book progresses, she is turned into, she's slowly radicalized. She's turned into a refugee, and then she is turned into a terrorist. So there's 2 worlds. It's, this is, it touches on that. It's, it's very much about us versus them. It's about aggressor versus victim. It's a verse, innocent citizen turned into refugee suddenly.
All right, let's take another question from the audience. I believe there's one here.
Actually, I have a question for the panelists, but also just for you, Ali, as moderator. How much do you hope, as you facilitate this discussion, that they're voting based on the actual level of debate and discussion versus their own, obviously their feelings about each book will enter into it. And for the panelists, some of you spoke actually very eloquently and passionately about the other novels. And so if you had to put yours aside, I'm not going to ask you to be disloyal to your author, but at this point, if you had to actually pick one of the other 4 books to defend, which one would you pick and why?
No, I can't say that.
Can't answer that.
Everything away.
Very tricky. Very tricky. Nice try. Good attempt. Full
I
marks.
want to say something, though. I really do hope that as part of this exercise, that my mind is going to be changed daily about which books I'm going to, just like Greg said, he didn't, coming in here today, he thought he would maybe have voted something else off, but someone's going to say something, someone's going to make an argument. I mean, that's the purpose of the debate, and I think if we go into it with our minds set now, what a boring show that would be.
Right.
And in fact, that is my hope. You were asking about what my hope is. I hope that everyone comes with an open mind and isn't sort of blinders on and can't be influenced in any way. So that's great. That touches on exactly how I feel.
It's easy to forget to listen. You got to listen.
Yeah?
That's part of the reason we're here.
Yeah. We had one more question, Dave? Yeah, okay. Yes.
Hi. My question is a little more simple.
You want a high school note? You want a note, an excuse to give to your principal for why you were late?
No.
No?
How did you choose your books?
Book choice.
That's a good question.
Interesting.
I personally was given, I don't know if I'm throwing the producers under the bus. Can I can talk about this?
I think so. I don't know if you want to name names or anything like that. And,
Chloe?
No, not the producers, the books.
Chloe. So I was given a couple books to read, and they, as far as I understand, the producers explained to me that they based that on their interviews with you beforehand, and books that you tend to read or subjects that are dear to you or important to you, and they base it on that, and they give you a couple options. I read 2 books that were very, very similar, and I chose American War because it was the stronger one.
My book chose me. That's it. I didn't read more than one. That's it. Match made in heaven.
What do you mean by that, though? Did you know right away, or you just looked at it?
I didn't get any. I didn't get an options. I didn't ask for options. My main thing was I need a book that I wouldn't go to Indigo and pick on my own. Right? So I guess based on what I've always read, they realized I kind of read the same types of books. And that's why I'm like, yeah, one book to open your eyes is, yeah, okay, let's do this.
That's interesting. I probably wouldn't have picked up any of these books, and not because the stories are so compelling, but I don't know, not the kind of books I'd ever read. And I read quite a few books before I found one that really personally resonated with me, because I felt it had to personally resonate with me in order for me to come on the program and speak from the heart and be authentic.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in the same boat as Tahmoh. Like, I read a couple books. I probably could have defended either of them, but Precious Cargo just really stood out. And I mean, I said it when we were all in our the PR event there a couple months ago, that I mean, I just had a connection with Craig. As soon as I started reading the book, I went, like, I get this guy. Like his, that whole beginning part of the book where he's talking about
I love the beginning.
all of his crappy jobs and how he thought he was. And I'm like, dude, I have been there, right? Like I've had those.
If you ever get the opportunity to see Greg and Craig hug, it like goes on a little too long.
Wait, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, check out our little dance.
Yeah, there's a very special moment.
How many times have you watched it? Come on, how many times have you watched it?
A few times, yeah.
You watch it. You love it.
Mozhdah, I'll end with you. The final. Is there something? The Boatpeople, was it one of the first books you read?
It was actually, like the producers sent me a couple of summaries, and from the summaries I picked a few and they sent them to me, and I read through a couple of, first 2 chapters or so of a few other books, but when I read the first chapter of this, the writing style is very important to me. So, the writer, the way that everything's portrayed, and the one reason is, obviously I connected to it on a personal level, and it actually taught me, like, it reminded me of everything that my parents went through, because over the years you kind of forget, and I became like Priya, And so I was able to go back to that. In terms of like these books, though, I would definitely I love memoirs, so I would have loved to read Forgiveness and Precious Cargo, but like this book also seemed a little bit like a memoir of each one, because Sharon has done a lot of research on these characters and even the people that were on the boat and who they were, and then she did say there was a mechanic, and she chose to write about him. So she did her research, so it seemed kind of like a memoir too, and that's why or not a memoir, but like a true, it was based on true events. Exactly.
She amalgamated some of the different stories.
Yeah, I like that she explained that in the.
Yeah, and we were all like witness to what happened in 2010 with the, with the boat arriving at the Vancouver shores. So that was.
And so interesting that it was set on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hers was set in St. John's.
Yeah.
I wanted to we're going to wrap it up there. A big round of applause for our panelists for doing a fantastic job today. Thank you, guys. One last thing that I have to do, which is a pleasure, is give away a Kobo. I'm going to give away a Kobo reader. Not this one, because this is mine, but I will, it's around, it's here, and we're going to give it to Chloe has it. Chloe from the aforementioned Throwing Under the Bus, Chloe, yeah. And we're going to give that to the first person who asked a question, and I believe that was you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Congratulations.
To be
There's going to be a lot of hands going up tomorrow.
Maybe. They find out about this. Nobody say a
thing.
thing.
This part streaming as well? Have they seen this?
This part is, yeah. Okay. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Maybe we'll see you again later in the week. This was a tense but enjoyable first day, nevertheless. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.